Hey everyone, this is Manny with Nikolai Design. We're transforming the world one room at a time. Alright guys, today we're going to be working on two DIY projects. So I'm sure you guys have seen like all these plaster and like putty like paintings that people are making, and they're like abstract and it adds a lot of texture and whatnot. So I've been wanting to do that for a while, but I hadn't found the correct idea or something to base my idea off of that I would want to do for myself. Up until I stumbled upon Jorge from Casa latest, or like one of his latest videos. He did a beautiful DIY and he has a lot of great ideas, so if you guys want to check him out, I'll link him down below. But he did a beautiful DIY of some art pieces with a cement trowel and some plaster, and it came out amazing, and I kind of use his idea as inspiration to create my own. For these two projects, I'm actually going to be using canvases and frames that I picked up off the side of the road. I found two of these on the side of the road. One of my neighbors was getting rid of them and I picked them up because I really love the frame. And I think the canvas, although it's really nicely painted, doesn't fit any aesthetic that I would be using in adding projects. So I'm gonna go ahead and transform these into something a little bit more modern. The main reason why I picked these up was because I love the frames and I knew that the canvases can be repurposed and painted over. So that's what we're gonna do today. So for the first one, I used a book from the Dollar Tree and I ripped out some pages and I glued it over top. I did this to add some dimension to the painting and give it an extra layer that you usually don't see. I did this before in the painting that's currently in my parents' living room and I absolutely love how it came out. So what I did was I glued it and then I burnt the edges of it to give it some like aging. So I came over with the plaster and kind of just gave it a freeform shape, something I would like. There wasn't really any thought behind it. I kind of just went with what I was feeling at the moment. I knew that I wanted it to be dark. I knew that I wanted it to include greens and maybe browns. So I let the plaster set overnight and then I came back and I painted it black. So I painted everything with a very black paint. And then I painted all the plaster either like a grayish green or like a brown and then a black. Then I also spackled on or threw on some stain because I thought that the pages from the book needed something, so I got some stain that I used for the frames themselves and I just threw it on, kind of just give it a little bit more dimension and interest. Over top I used a sponge and I mixed like a green and a brown paint and I just kind of went over the top layer that sticks out to kind of create like more dimension. Absolutely love how this piece came out, and when I framed it I was stunned. So project number two, I actually got inspiration from this picture. It was very simple. I went in and I painted everything first and it was like a white, but the canvas painting in the bottom, I don't know what kind of paint it is, I have to imagine that it was oil, was for some reason blending with the white and creating like a green and like pink and orange tone, which was very interesting but not what I wanted. So then I kind of had to be like, okay, what are we gonna do here? So I just went in with the plaster. I did my little trowel thing. This one's also very abstract. And guys, when you're doing these kinds of painting, you can just literally do what you feel. It's very easy to correct it if you didn't like what you did because it takes a while to dry. Abstract is just like freeform art, so there's no specific like set idea for it or set theme that it needs to go or direction. It's just whatever your mind can come up with and whatever you feel would look best for your space. I wanted one side to be very clean and then that like very like ribbed, like fluted section in the middle, and then I wanted the other one to be a little bit more textured, almost like rippled. I used spray paint for the middle section, a hammered color spray paint, so that's how I achieved that like more like a shiny, like cleaner effect. And then I went in on the flatter side and just painted it all black, and I didn't love how the full black looked. I felt like one half of the painting was very interesting and the other half was missing something. So then I just came back in with my other paints and I kind of just like started mixing all of them together, and I think that kind of like fluidity of the ombre just really made the piece for me. Now for both frames, they're wood, so I went in with a stain and I kind of restained everything. I'm obsessed with both pieces. I don't know which one I like more. I lean more towards the first one sometimes, and other times I love the second one more, but I think these are really great pieces. I'm gonna list them down below on my Etsy if anyone is interested in purchasing them. You'll also be able to purchase some prints. Thank you so much for watching. Comment down below which one you love the most, what you would have done differently. Please like and subscribe to this video. It really helps. My Instagram is @nikolai.design. If you want to check that out, go follow me, like my reels. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a really beautiful Sunday, and take care, guys.